Perfect. Thank you so much, Colette, and yeah, thanks everyone to join this meeting tonight. I will try to keep it short and not take so much of your time. And yeah, we start already with some of the wine that we are promoting, as Colette said, for our wine around the world. We call it Wine of Americas, and we're gonna be tonight. I'm gonna show you some wine from I would say the main country that we have in the Americas. So the first one is from Chile. Let me just show you a bit better from here. I don't know if everyone can see. So this is from Arboleda in Chile, which is exactly in the Aconcagua Valley, and it's 100% Chardonnay. Quite different from other Chardonnay. They are made in different parts of the world, and this is quite interesting. I remember was a little introduction about Chilean wines. They probably, maybe around 10 years ago, this more or less, the perception was to have wine with not very high quality, much more quantity. And actually, I remember that I tasted wine about maybe 8 years ago, and actually I was quite impressed for the quality and the difference. So this is a wine that I think we can taste it together, and if any one of you have it, but it's definitely very fresh and something unique to compare other wines in Chile. There was, especially at the time. So, but first of all, Arboleda, to explain this wine, I think it's nice to talk about the area and what the winery do. So Arboleda means there is a forest around, and it's very very unique. So they're really keen on preserve the biodiversity there is in the valley. It's a valley, as I said, Aconcagua, there is name, and there is just in between the Pacific Ocean, and at the back they have the Andes, and that is creates a unique climate. And the reason why is they have a very hot day, and thanks to the ocean, at the night they have a very cool breeze, and that helps the grapes to keep the freshness. And I think that definitely you can see that one in the wine. Also, I have the little sip. So the wine is definitely very fresh and mineral, and the reason why it also has a volcanic soil, which is quite particular and gives a lot of minerality. So it's a very poor soil in that sense, so the vine has to suffer a lot, but they go very deeply, and which is good at the end for the wine, because it brings to the wine all the minerality. And obviously with the climate that is quite cold during the night, you have this it keeps the freshness, and that's what you have in your glass. It's a very versatile wine, I would say, because you can pair it with different kind of food, not just fish, as you can probably, it's the most easy association. So obviously with the influence as well that you have from the Spanish or Italian or other country, I will definitely pair this wine as an aperitif, or because it's quite complex and a bit aromatic as well, even to be a Chardonnay. Definitely with food, even if you have some more complex and light food. So let's pass to Quinen. So here we are in Argentina, and especially in probably the most famous region, which is Mendoza. And of course, when we say about Argentina and Mendoza, the first grape that we can talk about is Malbec. So here we have from Bodega Rucamalen, which is again a small winery that is born in 1999. This is one of the top wine of the range. So he's 100% Malbec, and first of all, keen means unique because it's made just in a particular year, and so in all every year, and they want to make it a little bit more exclusive, something in fact very unique to enjoy, not as an everyday one, even if you can do, but something they can really show the terroir, the typicity, and the beauty of this grape, and especially in a specific area. They are situated, as I said, in Mendoza. They are in the Uco Valley. And at this time, I think it's nice because we can start to talk about Argentina and the region, and also some small sub-region. So they are in Vista Flores, and there are over there other maybe big names for the winery. They also brings that valley probably to be more well known, especially in, outside Argentina. And this is the wine that is quite elegant because it's close, it's really down to the south. Again, very similar to the Chilean wine that we were tasting before. This is a wine that it doesn't benefit from the ocean, but it's very close to the Andes. And in that sense, the Andes it kind of protect and creates a microclimate. So you have a soil that is more alluvial and much more with the sandy texture, kind of more deep. And that gives to the wine a very beautiful structure. So I don't know if you can just maybe see from the color. It's very deep color and it's a beautiful nose of red fruits. And also on the palate, it's quite soft and elegant. And Malbecs, famous to have like a big or strong tannins that sometimes it can be, they can take more time to breathe. This is a very pleasant, juicy and ripe fruits that you can definitely enjoy with a lot of foods. I would definitely pairing with, there are many variations. You can start either for obviously the typical empanadas at the end, but it would be too easy and too reductive to say that you can pair this one with the barbecue and with the meats. There is so many options. You can taste, I don't know, either with something vegetarian, mushrooms, something with have nutty flavor, walnuts, and you can definitely take the most of it. As I said, the nose is beautiful and it has also beautiful spicy. So that probably helps as well sometimes for the pairing with the food. So if you have any kind of food that has a bit of spice, I don't know, for example, even Persian food. I have some customer on the London train, some restaurant that I'll be looking after. They have this one in the restaurants and they are beautiful, perfect pairing for their kind of food. So I would definitely highly recommend to step up for the comfort zone, taste it with different types, and I think we'll be happy to discover that it's a great food pairing, definitely food wine. We talk about Argentina, South America, Chile, different kind of condition. And the third one that we have that I choose tonight to taste and talk about it is a wine that is from a little bit up to the north. There we go up. It's from California. Here is it's called Otello. And here we are in Napa Valley. Napa Valley, and specifically, we are in Yoatzaville. And if for Argentina we said that the main grape, or at least the most well-known grape, is Malbec, definitely for Napa Valley, when we think about it, is probably the most well-known is a Cabernet Sauvignon. This specific wine is a 2014, and there is 92% Cabernet Sauvignon, and there is a tiny bit, 80% of Petit Verdot. And that brings to the wine a little bit different flavors. There's a little bit hints of maybe cedars, graphite, something that can make this one a little bit more unique. Talking a little bit of the story about Otello. So Otello is a project that is as well quite young, as the other two you were talking about. The owner is Christian Mouillet, and it's probably well known better for is one in Bordeaux. It's a famous producer, especially in the white bank, and it's basically saw the potential when he was studying at the university in California, and he definitely decided straight away to continue his project in California. Otello is the third wine of a very well-known estate. Probably everyone is more familiar with Dominus, and Otello is the third little one. As I said, it's a Bordeaux blend. So the orientation is looking a little bit more on the old world style in that sense. In fact, they use French oak for the vinification and for the fermentation as well. And they stay for 40 months and at least 6 months in the bottle before to be released. So there's a very nice story behind, and definitely the aim for them as well to produce very good quality wine compared maybe to the general perception of California wines. Sometimes it can be very powerful and strong. This I would say is much more elegant, soft, delicate. There has a lot of black fruits and a little bit of spices as well. For example, it has a little bit of cocoa. We would taste it as a beautiful smell. So definitely a unique wine that's very good quality, and I think as well here, as I was saying, you can feel a little bit the earthiness and the graphics. That is probably thanks to the little touch of the Petit Verdot as well, that helps. You have definitely some dry herbs. And it's definitely, again, this one as well, a wine that is perfect with food, as the Malbec and the Chardonnay. So I think I've always been fascinated for the pairing when you have a good wine to pair rich kind of food, because I think when you mix the flavors, if you understand a little bit of the flavor that they are in the wine, you can definitely pair it with the right foods, and then together you can definitely bring it to the next level. And that's something quite interesting about wine.